Execute Esoteric Meme Breakdown episode 66 when you're casually hopping around in the pool but you stray into the deep end and your feet don't remember why pre-Columbian North America never developed a robust, high-heat metallurgy. The South American mochi culture, as far as we know, was the premier culture doing advanced metalwork such as electrochemical replacement plating and depletion gilding in the Americas. They existed from around the years 100 to 800 and were perhaps the best metalworkers in the world at that time. Their work was highly detailed and precise and had knowledge of how to plate objects with gold, make bronze, use furnaces, and more. They also had some wild pottery that often depicted and more things that violate the community standards. Apparently these depictions were not used for erotic purposes, but come on, not erotic probably in the same way that all those Renaissance paintings rich guys commissioned that depicted their naked wives and mistresses painted as characters in biblical stories weren't erotic. That's my opinion, that historians have argued is not aligned with reality though. One of the most important archaeological sites of the Moche culture is the Huayca Rajada site, where the Lord of Sipan was unearthed. In 1987, when the site was discovered, locals, who would often look for and sell ancient artifacts in the agricultural off-season, looted the site, taking numerous artifacts and destroying hundreds of ceramics. When archaeologists showed up to research and excavate the site, the locals protested and police had to be present at all times. One archaeologist even joked to a reporter about wanting to leave in the trunk of the reporter's car so that he wouldn't get rocks thrown at him as he left town. The locals were angry they never saw a piece of the vast wealth that the Peruvian government had claimed. Later, the leader of the looting was shot and killed by a police officer as he fled his home during a raid. His brother, who was also present during the looting, was later expelled from the Peruvian Air Force after being accused of trafficking artifacts. Being that most residents in the area live in poverty, looters were often viewed as folk heroes. It is worth noting that the residents of Sipan, when this looting was taking place, were not descendants from people of the Moche culture. The fact is, no one knows why there is no evidence for high-heat metallurgy in North America, but there are theories. The most prominent of these suggests that, because there were such rich deposits of copper in the Great Lakes area, essentially the best anywhere in the world, straight from the earth, people didn't feel the need to make it better. It was already great. Other parts of the world had access to worse quality copper, which, again, hypothetically led them to experiment on ways to improve it, thus developing alloys. This and the Moche culture are explored in greater depth by the YouTube channel Ancient Americas if you're interested. So keep that in mind the next time you're bobbing around in the water approaching the deep end. Keep an open mind, indulge your curiosity, and let me know if I should get into uncertified saturation diving next.